Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Happy Sunday. So today we're going to be talking about clarity. Okay, now clarity essentially is deep understanding of what it is you really want in life and essentially why you want it. Okay, now to put that into perspective, if I was to ask you, what you really want right now in life, and you were to say to me, oh, I want more time. Everyone wants more time. I'd sort of say to you, okay, great. Well, what's more time going to give you? Okay, and you'd probably say, oh, well, I want time to read. Okay, great, cool. What is it about? What do you want to read about? And you'd probably say, oh, maybe I want to read because I want to be able to study a certain subject. It's like, cool, what subject do you want to study? Oh, I really want to study law. It's like, okay, great. What's so interesting about law to you? Oh, it means, if I study law, then I can maybe go to university and, that'd be really cool because I could get a job as a lawyer. Okay, great. What's that going to give you in life? It's like, well, it just gives me more options and hopefully be able to give me a really good life. And, ultimately that will make me happy. It's like, okay, great. So by having more time, you can see how what I've done is essentially ask that person to sort of draw down the real core reasons as to why they really deeply want something, or what it is they really want, and actually why they want it. So they actually want more time to do this, to do that, to do this, to ultimately have the ability to have a law degree and pursue that as a career. Okay, so when you're looking to understand deeply what it is you want in life and have clarity on that, okay, there's obviously a few things you've got to look at. Okay, now first of all, clarity is something that has to be definite. It has to be something you're 100% sure on. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is do things one at a time. Okay, one at a time. Focus on something that you want to be clear on. Don't try and do loads of things at once. The human mind cannot multitask. Doesn't matter what you read online, it can't do it. Okay, the human, or how clever you think you are, the human mind can't multitask. So don't think you can. Do one thing at a time and give yourself the time and the space to do it. Okay, now what I mean by that is taking away distractions, right? Phones, people, places, environment, whatever. Make it so that you cannot be distracted and you have your undivided attention on what it is you want to be clear on, what it is you want to focus on, and essentially just get yourself into a position where you can really deeply think. And it's not going to happen like that. No, it might come really quickly, but it might take weeks, it might take months, who knows? But the best thing about this is that you're starting the process. Okay, imagine if you're walking down a path and you're kind of like, oh, maybe it's the right path, or you're not sure it's the right path, and then you suddenly get to like a big fat bush, right? And that bush has got like a kind of a route there and a kind of a route there and kind of a route there, and you're like not really sure which way to go, right? If you've got clarity about what you're doing and you've got that compass, and I've referred to this compass so many times because it makes so much sense. You've got this compass that's telling you, I kind of need to go that way. Then you're clear about your direction, you're clear about your motive, and you're clear about where you want to go. So you can start hacking away at that bush and you'll find the path that you need to go on. And not only will you have the confidence to go down the path, but you also know exactly what you're doing and exactly where you're going. Okay, so ultimately you need to give yourself the time to think and time to be open about this sort of stuff. Okay, the opposite to clarity is obviously confusion. So if you're finding yourself in a position where you're a bit confused about something, it's because you haven't got all the facts, right? Now, if you haven't got all the facts, then you just need to do your research. Okay, you just need to do a bit more work, a bit more thinking, a bit more, searching into whatever it is you're trying to get clear on, right? And get the facts. If you've got the facts in front of you and you can look at them in almost like a black and white logical way and go, this is this and this is that, then it's going to be clear the direction you need to take. So don't go into anything unless you've got all the facts first. And also, there's going to be hurdles you may come across when you're trying to make clear of something, or get some more clarity in your life. Now, ultimately, if there's nothing that you can do about it, for example, if there's an obstacle in the way that is out of your control, okay, don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. It's not your thing to worry about. You can't do anything about it. It's physically out of your control. So stop worrying and look around it. Try and look at another way of making it clearer to you. So if it's something that is up to somebody else, then that's up to somebody else. You can't do anything about it, but look at how you can make it more clear in your world rather than just like stopping at a dead end. Okay. And the last thing, obviously, is if you can do something about it and it's something that's maybe stopping you at a hurdle, like it's like, oh, I need to do this before it's clear that that's the right direction to take, then start doing it. Take action. Be bold. right? You're going to know quicker by doing something than you are by sitting back and not wondering what you're going to do on that particular thing. So ultimately being clear on your goals and your ambitions and deeply understanding what it is you want in life and why you want it will give you so much clarity going forward into whatever you want to take on in your life. Okay. Now it leads really nicely onto like goal setting. And obviously goal setting is like the next step in terms of like actually going ahead and doing what you want to do in life. But at this time, you know, with this particular video, if you're watching this and you want to just to sort of like think about what, you know, the clarity around it, just think of giving yourself some time, giving yourself some space, giving yourself time to think and really, really, really dig deep into your heart and work out what it is you want and why you want it. And you'll hopefully be able to get there. All right. I'll see you guys this week.